Please help me welcome Kiara Mullins, senior at Martin High School, as she sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Whoa, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Anthony, how are you?
Great.
Are you ready for this exciting day?
So ready, so ready.
Oh my goodness, I'm just really excited about Convocation. How many people are going to be here today?
We have more than 8,000 here today.
8,000? Wow. You know what my favorite part is? This is going to be a really easy, nice, smooth event. It's going to be great.
Yes,
I love it.
Hey, Dr. Cavazos is coming.
Oh,
I'm out of here.
Okay, bye.
Micah, how you doing? It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
How
Thank
are
for
you?
all your work on this, Micah. I'm so excited about Convocation.
Yeah.
I understand we have a huge opening act, and I appreciate your work on that, Micah. Thank you so much. See you inside.
Okay. Hey, Spence, do you have any talents besides filming? Oh, hi, sir.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm doing fine. And yourself?
Oh, I'm great, thank you. Do you work for the school district, perchance?
Yes, I teach at Ellis Elementary School.
Oh, you're a teacher.
Yes.
Do you have any talents besides your amazing teaching?
Well, I write, like freelance write on the side.
Yay, that's good. Do you have a talent maybe that's entertaining to a big audience?
Well, I rap a little bit.
You rap?
Well, a little bit.
Come with me.
My district, AISD, we're on a mission, the best in the nation, giving kids a remarkable education and a lot more from sports to arts, giving kids a great start for any career to be the best goes down here in Arlington, Texas. Gotta bring about my district, AISD, we're on a mission, the best in the nation, giving kids a remarkable education and a lot more from sports to arts, giving kids a great start for any career to be the best goes down here in Arlington,
Right
Texas.
between
Fort Worth and Dallas is where you find us. Arlington ISD, the best school since 1902. Trust what I'm telling you. 13th largest district in the state. Yeah, we serving 60,000 students every day. Represent Texas in a major way, you know, doing everything big. Yeah, we go all out for our kids. We give great instruction and resources. STEM academies, IB programs, and GT courses, and visual arts classes, so kids can one day impact the masses. And you know our students pass state tests. AISD has stars, national merit semi-finalists, and Hispanic scholars, sending kids to college. Right here at our town's UTA and to other schools across the state. I'm telling you, we don't play. Man, kids are our business. Throw your hands up real quick for Arlington Independent School District. Gotta brag about my district, AISD. We're on a mission, the best in the nation, giving kids a remarkable education and a lot more from sports to arts. Giving kids a great start for any career to be the best goes down here in Arlington, Texas. Gotta brag about my district, AISD. We're on a mission, the best in the nation, giving kids a remarkable education and a lot more from sports to arts. Giving kids a great start for any career to be the best goes down here in
More than a
Arlington,
dozen
Texas.
high schools and countless campuses for the younger kids. No matter the grade, our students are going in, giving their best, nothing less. Always on a path to success. If you meet our teachers and principals, you would be impressed. Our fine arts community is the best. Choirs, orchestras, band win awards. Yep, we're also great in sports. In the playoffs, we go deep from football to archery. In every sport in between, there is success from our teams. Got an amazing fine arts and athletic complex. Right near Cowboy Stadium, what should I brag about next? Other departments like our media team, which produce news segments anchored by some of our high school teams. Is there anything else? Man, let me see. What can I say about Arlington ISD? Oh yes, I can't forget the stress about how Dr. C, our superintendent, yo, he's the best.
Gotta brag about my district, AISD. We're on a mission, the best in the nation, giving kids a remarkable education and a lot more from sports to arts. Giving kids a great start for any career to be the best goes down here in Arlington, Texas. Gotta brag about my district, AISD. We're on a mission, the best in the nation, giving kids a remarkable education and a lot more from sports to arts. Giving kids a great start for any career to be the best goes down here in Arlington, Texas.
Well, hello there. You're looking good. Suit's looking good. Hair's looking good. You're working hard this summer. You're working real hard, aren't you? In fact, who works harder than you? Nobody. You're the hardest working person in the district. And I'm not even talking about principals. I'm talking everybody in the district. There's no one that works harder than you, huh? You do work hard. I wish there was just a way I can show everyone, though, that I'm the hardest working person in the district. I've got it. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show everyone that I work harder than them and rescue them from their delusions that they think they work harder than me. That's a great idea, Reny. Then you'll be superintendent. Thank you, Dr. Cavazos. The janitors will get that. Reny, Reny, Reny to the rescue. Reny to the rescue. It's me, Reny. Reny to the rescue. I'm Reny, hardest worker in the district. What do you do
Welcome
here?
to transportation.
Transportation? Okay, doesn't look too hard. I'm ready to work.
Sure. Let's try them with oil change.
Let's start. That's probably the easiest job we have.
Is it too hard?
What's going on?
I'm just changing the oil.
Engine's in the front.
I know, I was checking things out back here.
They're all good back here.
Oh, okay.
Let's head to the front. Here, give me that.
I need that to change the oil.
No, you don't.
Oh,
Come on.
can I slide this way?
You can slide any way you want as long as it's that way.
Look what I found. You need this?
Where'd this come from?
Under here, I was changing the oil.
There's no way.
You don't need that, I'm an expert.
I'm sorry, you're not. And I don't know what to say.
Don't get mad at me, I'm a hard worker.
Are you kidding? The oil change didn't go well at all. I don't know what to do.
Let's try them at driving.
All right, so what am I doing now?
Okay, we're gonna bag up in between both of the
All right.
cars on each side. I need you to watch your mirrors on your left and your right.
Mirrors,
Go in between it.
check,
Yes, sir.
reverse started.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
getting an email, give me 1 second.
No, sir, you need to put your phone down.
What if Dr. Cavazos is emailing
You
me?
have to wait on
The
that.
hardest worker in the district has to check his email.
Wish you need to put that phone
Okay,
down.
sorry.
You won't be working in the district.
That was easy. Best driver in the district. What do you think?
Just go. Just go.
That was there when I got here.
Go.
I aced every part of that job. This was easy. Guess I'm the new director now.
What?
That's it. Looks good. It's fine.
Remy,
Yeah.
since you're the new director now,
Yeah.
let me give you a little direction.
All right.
Head west to food service. I really think they could use your help. We're good.
Food service?
Yes, sir. That way. Mr. Lewis could use your help.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll be back later. Oh, hello there. I'm Reny Lizardo. I'm the hardest working food service director in the district.
Oh, well, my name is David Lewis, and let's see about that.
Okay.
Come on, let's start with catering.
I'm Carl. Thanks for coming.
Sure.
We really appreciate you helping out with catering.
Let's get to
Got
work.
a short list of things to do.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to be doing deliveries, so you take this over while I'm gone.
All
okay?
right, no problem.
All right. First, familiarize yourself with the ANSEL system in case of fire. You're going to prep a few things.
Prep.
Oven fries. Turn on the Electrolux, set it to 80% convection. The vent at half. Hold line all the way across. Cook temp, cook time.
No problem.
Hold temp, hold time. To do that, you'll need a thermometer. Do you have your thermometer?
I got this.
Go to the freezer. Get the French fries. They're about halfway down in the middle.
Halfway down
Right.
at the top.
Thank
On my
you.
way. Yep.
Really appreciate it,
On
man.
my way. Okay. Right. Here we go. Cocktail Franks. I could fry that. Hello, I'm Reny. I'm in charge here. What do you need me to do?
Please, put it back.
Okay, I got
Thank
this.
you.
No problem. Not too hard. I did a really good job.
Oh, really? You did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess Lupita told me to do your dishes. Can you do that, please?
Sure.
I'm gonna go clean your mess.
Mess? It was like that when I got there. Dishes. Hardest working person in the district doing dishes? This looks clean.
Hey, David.
Hey, no, you're going to owe me, but I have a candidate for you.
You got what?
Oh, you know Reny?
Reny wants to work. Tim Collins has already called me. I heard.
Sending him over right now.
No, David.
Rescue! It's me, Reny. Reny to the rescue. That's me. Welcome, Arlington ISD, to Ignite 2021, our convocation for the year. We are here at the AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. I am Reny Lizardo, hardest working person in the district, principal at James Bowie High School, and your MC today. As I was driving up, I saw a big line of fans. They heard I was hosting. They must have come to see me. How are you? 2? Just 2 fans? That's okay. I know we couldn't be in person, but this video will be shared online, and I'll get hundreds of millions of likes. And the person who's gonna help me get all those likes is my co-host, DJ Ray Borden, Principal Seguin. Give it up.
Hey, Reny, yeah, I'm online right now, and all you have are dislikes. I don't have any likes yet. I got about 600 dislikes.
I'll give it time. My likes will come back up. But you know who will probably get a bunch of likes? Our performers. How about Kiara and Antonio? Amazing performance.
Martin Warriors, man, they know how to kick out some vocalists, don't they? Pentatonics, that was amazing.
It was pretty great, but I think I'm a better performer. I think I'm a better singer.
Your mic's not on.
I don't know why I'm asking you. Fans, what do you think? My 2 fans, I'm a better singer, right? Oh my goodness. I need new fans. But I will tell you, I'm a big fan of our next person, hardest working, and I'm ready to share that title. Board member president Kecia Mays.
She's just a girl and she's on fire. Hotter than a fantasy, only like a highway. She's living in a world and it's on fire. Filled with catastrophe.
Hello, Arlington ISD. Yes. I am so honored to be with you here today to welcome everyone to a new school year. Even if it is virtually, we're still here together. I honestly do not have words that can adequately express how proud I am of you, and your dedication to our students and to AISD. While I want to wish you all the very, very best, we have many special people that want to say thank you to you. So watch these video clips just for you.
I just want to take a moment to say thank you and welcome back to all of our teachers and staff. We know that last year was such a challenge and was hard for everyone, and we're hoping that this year is a return to normal as much as we can make it, and that you'll have those special moments with your kids in the classroom and on campus. Looking forward to all the things that you'll accomplish this year. I just want to take a moment to give a special shout out to my family members who teach in the district, Terry Chapa, Sarah Holder, and Kimberly Ingebretson.
Thank you for being part of our AISD family. I hope you have a wonderful school year, and please know how very much you're appreciated.
Each year brings excitement and joy to the new students and new thrills of a new classroom. We can't thank you all enough for what's going to happen this year. Bringing excitement and joy is what you do, and know we couldn't do this without all the staff members of the AISD. Here's to a great school year, and thank you for everything you do.
Welcome back, AISD staff. Despite all the changes, challenges, and unknowns of this school year, one thing remains a constant. You make a positive difference in the lives of our children, and that is the most important work. Thank you, and have a wonderful school year.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm wishing you a tremendous, glorious, happy year. And what I have to say to you is live and love every minute by minute.
Thank you for the tremendous effort you guys put in last year, and here's to a fabulous 2021-2022.
Hey guys, it's Scott from Pentatonics, and on behalf of all of Pentatonics, we wanted to wish everyone in the AISD School District a wonderful, happy new school year, and we are wishing you all the luck, all the success, and we love you guys.
Hello, Arlington ISD team members. Welcome you to the 2021-22 school year. I know you guys are excited about what's to come, and I can relate. Just like you, last year didn't go the way things were planned. We all had to adjust to new things, whether it's teaching virtually in your case or rehabbing from an injury like I had to do. There are bumps and bruises for everyone, but we've all learned from that and are stronger because of it. I'm pumped up to see what this season holds for me, just like you're fired up about the new year. Go Arlington ISD, and go Dallas Cowboys.
For your commitment and your dedication to our students, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Arlington ISD, have a great school year.
This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire.
All right, everyone. Throughout the show, we will be giving out 100 tokens of appreciation to lucky staff members. So the first 25 will receive a wireless Bluetooth speaker. Make sure you take a look at the screen, and if your name is there, check out the description below the video to find out how to claim your prize. Now, Summer Olympic Games might be over, but not for us, as we start our first annual Mascot Games. And our first Mascot Game of today is the most ancient of sports, musical chairs. All right, mascots, music will start. You know the rules. Dance around the chairs. Last person who doesn't get a chair is out. DJ Ray, can we get a song?
You better.
I'm excited to see who will be left without a chair. Blue Horse is eyeing it. Pilot guy. Uh-oh, where we got? Everyone has a chair. Oh, no, the red Komodo dragon is out. I'm so
think
sorry.
That's a Komodo dragon.
Hey, Texan Giants, what are you even doing? Are you playing? You can't even sit down. Texan Giant, get out of here. You're out too. Komodo dragon, Texan Giant, get out of here. All right, everyone else, stand up. We're going to have Blue Horse and Green Crocodile. Take away your chairs, please. Everyone else, take one step away from the chairs and then cover up one eye. There you go. Kangaroo, cover up your kid's eye too. And let's dance back around. 2 people are going to be out this round. DJ Ray, drop me a song, please. Don't hurt anyone, Bear. Keep going. You guys are going too slow. Who's it going to be? One out. Kangaroo's out. And Thor, God of Thunder, is also out.
I don't think that's Thor. I think that's a Viking. I don't think that's a kangaroo. It's a feral cat or something.
Okay, well, they're out either way. Mascots that are left, please stand up. We're going to have the Bear and the Martin Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Please take a chair away.
The what?
Cowboy cheerleader. No?
You have your contacts on today?
I see just fine. This time, you guys are going to march around the chairs backwards, opposite direction of what you've been going. DJ Ray, hit me with that song, please. Okay, it's a little backwards horse. There we go. Some of you don't understand backwards. Who's it gonna be? No! 1, 2, bye-bye, pilot. Bye-bye, blue pony.
It's a colt.
It's a colt?
It's a colt.
Sorry, pilot.
It's a colt.
This flight has landed for you. Off you go.
Aviator.
Aviator. Got it. Adam's Aviator. I see. It's on the jacket. Yeah. All right. Everyone else, stand up. We're going to have the Bowie volunteer and the bear put the chair to the side. Only 3 left. 5 mascots. Who's it going to be? This time, I want you guys to hop and spin in a circle as you go around the chair. DJ Ray, hit me with another song, please.
Hop and spin around in a circle?
What are you doing, Sam Giant? You're already out of the game. Get out of here. I already told you that. Yes, hop and spin in a circle. Ready? Let's do it. Oh, my goodness. They're going to fall right over.
This looks dangerous.
You better win, Bowie Volunteer. This is a home game. Oh, yes, Bowie Volunteer and the Bear and the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader by Mighty Warrior Viking and Green Crocodile. All right, Bowie Volunteer and cheerleader. Please take away the last 2 chairs. Where are you going, Bear? You're still in this game.
It's an alligator.
Is it an alligator? 3 left. 1 chair. All of you will win a medal. Let's see who the top 3 is going to be. Bowie, you better win. Ready. You're going to take 3 steps back first. I want you guys to run towards this chair. There you go. Drop that beat. DJ Ray. DJ Ray, I'll tell you when to stop because I need Bowie to win. Now, stop the music now. He's right in front of the chair. No? Oh, no. Okay, wait, keep it going. No! Oh! The Martin cheerleader won. Congratulations. I'm going to give 2nd place to Bowie Volunteer and then the Bear. You guys 3, please come up here to be awarded your medals for the Olympic Mascot Games.
Reny, are you trying to rig the games?
I am not. For you, 1st place, the illustrious gold medal. For Bowie, the silver medal. I'm giving you silver because you're my favorite. And for the Bear, don't bite me, but here's a bronze medal. Congratulations. Give it up for our mascots in the 1st Mascot Games. We've got 2 more to come. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Erica. Hi, my name is Lillian Wynn.
Hi, I'm Anusha Sabnani.
Hi, I'm Emma Nelson. And we would like to first thank all the custodians for keeping our school and area clean. And thank you to all the bus drivers who get us to the places we need to be on time.
And thank you to all the administrators and lunch ladies who keep us safe.
And thank you to all the teachers for helping us follow our dreams.
Thank you!
Hi, my name is Daisy. I come from Borden Elementary. I'm grateful for my teachers, Ms. Baez and Ms. Wagner. They have taught me a lot of things. They have been supporting me. They have taught me how to do math, reading. They are very great teachers. I'm very grateful for them.
My name is Ryan Smith. I go to skiing, and I'd like to thank Mr. Galt for being one of the best world history teachers.
My name is Arabella, and I go to Peach Elementary, and I'm in 3rd grade. My favorite teacher is Miss Johnson because she's kind, helpful, and she helps us get ready for the new grade that we're going into, and she helps us when we need help on things.
My name is Ever Odiana. I'm going to be a senior this year, and I go to Lemoore High School. And I'd probably have to say my favorite teacher would probably be Miss Sermon. I had her class freshman year, and I was really struggling back then. So I'm kind of just glad she had the patience to keep up with me. And since I still go, like, even before I left Lemoore and came back, I'd still go in her class and just hang out in there, have some conversations. She's like a really fun person to talk to. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for everybody, even though Miss Sermon is my favorite teacher, but everybody had an impact on me. But thank you a lot.
All right, everybody, let's keep our prizes going. Our next 25 lucky winners will receive, for their token of appreciation, a board game and snacks for family game night. Please consult the screen. Make sure your name is up there, and if it is, check out the description below the video on how to receive your token of appreciation. Next up, it is my honor to introduce our leader, our boss, my best friend. I'm still waiting for his email, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos.
Well, thank you so much, Reny. We'll see about that hardest working person in the district. And Ray, thank you so much for the music. You picked the right music for Kecia Mays and for myself too. So thank you for doing that. I want to start by thanking everyone in the district for all your work this last year, all the work that's going to happen this year. Just a sincere thank you. I start almost every remark by thanking teachers and everyone in the organization, because you made our last year possible for our students. And you're going to make this year great as well. Custodians cleaned around the clock. Food services fed around the clock. And then we had a winter storm and a tornado. All those things, while they're big and impactful, you handled them with stride. And most importantly, our students. Our students demonstrated a resiliency around this pandemic. And you're going to bring that resiliency with you to this school year. I'm proud to be your superintendent, and I'm proud to start this new year. I'm going to share some thoughts and some information about our district, just to center us all on the work that we have this school year. I want to start by the theme of acceleration. Acceleration versus remediation. When we think of our students who have had loss of learning, loss of engagement in some cases, we know we have a challenge, and we need to accelerate. Accelerate our people, our programs, and our progress. When we talk about accelerating people, we should focus on, first and foremost, our students. Our students have experienced this pandemic, just like we all have. And they each have their story. And they'll bring their story to the classrooms starting on Monday. And we want to be compassionate. We want to understand the trials and tribulations that they faced. But we also want to inspire them to do their best work. We know our latest STAR results, and I know STAR is not the end all, but it's one indicator of our progress. Across the state, there were drops in STAR from the last time we took it to this time. And we know that those drops are because of a pandemic. There is no pandemic baseline to measure that against. But our students deserve our accelerated focus. And when we look at our students, well, who provides that acceleration? We all do. All of us in the organization. Every single function. The primary function, though, for that acceleration is our teachers. And I just want to take a moment to thank our teachers for the year that they endured last year. Was not easy is an understatement for the work that they've done. And then our staff across the district, our bus drivers, food service, security, substitutes, which played an important role during last year's pandemic. All of us work together in the best interest of students. And you know, our work, as I've said before, is interdependent. We rely on each other to make sure that we do our best work for our students. And why do I feel so confident and optimistic about the path forward, regardless of the challenges, regardless of our interrupted learning loss, call it what you want, regardless of that challenge? I know that we have the right people in our school district. That's evident not only by last year, but years before. And so when you think of our school district, in 2018, we had a 79 as a score for our accountability. 2018, we had a 79. 2019, we had an 86. That's because people pulled together and we know the work ahead of us. So we've done this before. And yes, the pandemic is a different variable, but that's not going to stop us. That's actually going to motivate us. So when we look at, well, is there support for this work? We do have federal funding, and many of you have heard about the federal funds that every school district receives. I just want to take a moment to explain a little bit about our federal funding and how it's going to impact you, because it's going to impact everyone in the organization. We know that they're called ESSER funds, and we want to focus that on closing the gaps of student learning. We want to focus on social emotional learning, equity, and sustainability. Those are important points as we get $134+ million in Arlington ISD from the federal government. We know that those funds will end in 3 years. So we know that our work has to be about building capacity, building everyone's capacity to best serve our students, starting with me all the way through the organization, ensuring that we are doing our very best work. We had 6 guiding principles for this work. We want to stick to grade level content. And I know it's challenging and it's maybe tempting to go way back in the curriculum. But on grade level content is our best bet for success. Depth of instruction. Prioritize content and learning. Ensure that we're including every learner in our district. Identify those gaps and address them. And then we capitalize on the things that we have in common, not the things that are different. And so once we determine those guiding principles, we want to maximize those. We want to ensure that our students are kindergarten ready, monitor their growth in literacy and mathematics, accelerate their learning across grade levels, and then maximize their opportunities to meet the state expectations of being college and career ready. And you know, during the pandemic, there was a time there early on when so much was changing and so many different variables were coming at us, rules and regulations, what we could and could not do. And there was a moment in time when our district, our large district, all focused on one thing. And we said, you know what, with all these things, as distracting as they are, our number one focus was to make sure students were successful. Ensure that our students are prepared for college, career, and citizenship. And when we focused on that, we made sure that everything else that came to us was in preparation for that. And so when we look at what we've done thus far, we had a very robust summer learning program. Over 11,000 students took advantage of summer learning, which is amazing. We had new strategies from our teachers and our professionals to meet the needs of students. We offered a summer bridge program for algebra and courses like that. And on top of that, we opened our care clinic, where students and teachers receive free counseling from any one of our 41 licensed professionals. These are our licensed professionals dedicating their time and talent to meet the social emotional learning needs of our students and our staff. Because let's face it, we all face this pandemic and we all were affected by it. And we all need the support of each other. When I talk about that interdependency, it's us. It's all of us in the organization, all 8,000 plus, leaning on each other and relying on each other to have a successful school year. So we knew and we found out in our community experience that big digital divide last year. Making technology accessible to students was a priority. Daily food was a need. Making food available to our students was a priority. We knew that there were things outside the classroom that were a real barrier to students' learning and success. And when we thought that was impossible, our staff rallied around and made sure that students had what they needed. Millions of meals were served. And that's one thing, to implement those things, to get those things going. You set up systems and things like that. But what we must not forget is that the people behind that service of meals, our staff, our food service staff, our principals, our teachers, people that dedicated their time to do that, is why it's possible. People make the biggest difference in the organization. And we know that. During this pandemic, we also had an ask of our community, an ask for a VATRE, and we made a presentation at every school, and every staff member received a presentation, increasing the tax rate in Arlington ISD during a pandemic for our employees, so that our employees would receive competitive compensation, and they were energized to do their best work. And so our voters supported that, and our community supported that, and I want to sincerely thank our community. Our community has come through time and time again. A bond issue, another bond issue, a VATRE. And these are not easy discussions, but Arlington ISD had waited for that VATRE to raise the tax rate, had waited and waited and waited. And we needed it. And so we were fortunate enough that our community supported that, and we gave a 4% raise. Our board approved a 4% raise this summer and the summer before. Back-to-back 4% raise for our employees. And we know that's important, because in order to retain and attract the best talent, we have to have competitive compensation. And while that's a tall order for a school district, we've accomplished that. We also know that we've made strides in all positions in the organization to make sure we're at the top. Our substitutes, for example, are at the top of the market in DFW, because we know we depend on them, and we're going to depend on them again this year. So how do we do some of this work? Kind of a little bit in the organization. How do we do this work to make sure that we're successful? Why am I so confident and optimistic about the leadership that we have across the organization? Not just administrators, but leadership across the organization. Well, we have an Aspire program and a leadership academy and mentoring of administrators and micro-badging and pathways for teachers to become their best leaders in the teaching profession, not have to leave the teaching profession, stay within teaching and be a teacher leader. Grow and develop, coach, micro-badge around leadership and the things we expect. And we're fortunate to have that partnership with Holdsworth that we've talked about for several years now. And I share this story. Sometimes when we started that partnership, we weren't sure why those things all came together. We knew we were prepared. We knew that was part of our strategic plan. But as that unfolded, and that growth in leadership, that mindfulness of how we do our work, why we do our work, how we affect others, more importantly, how we distribute that leadership across the organization to food services, transportation, other departments, maintenance, operations, nurses, etc. How we distribute that leadership. Well, we couldn't have known 4 years ago when we were accepted that we were preparing for this moment. And last year, that all that work and all that drive and energy was in preparation for a biggest disruption in education that we've ever had. And we're fortunate and blessed in Arlington ISD because we were prepared. And we did our very best to meet the needs of our students. Not only me, but everybody in the organization. We didn't have to convince people to work and help in food services. We didn't have to convince people that it was important to drive those buses and to teach virtually. I know those were challenging times. The virtual instruction was very challenging. And with exhaustion, I would interact with teachers and they'd say, this is important. It's tough, it's hard, I don't ever want to do it again, but it's important for our students. And with that, I sincerely appreciate that effort. So with our Aspire, in 2016, 56% of our principals and assistant principals and deans were hired from within Arlington ISD. And you may think that 56% is a decent number, but quite frankly, it isn't. We needed to make sure that our talent in the organization was developed, prepared, and ready to assume positions. So in 2021, 84% of these new positions were hired from within the district, and 50% were part of this Aspire program. I am so proud of this work because this is the work that builds the capacity in our organization to face any challenge, and I mean any challenge that we face, because we face it together. And that leadership doesn't stay with me, doesn't stay with a few people. It transcends across the organization in all functions so that people have that desire, that drive, and that capacity to do their very best work in Arlington. Let's talk a little bit about accelerating our programs. Even during COVID, we accelerated our programs. Very proud of the fact that Monday, we opened our P-Tech program at Bowie High School, our very first P-Tech program. And a P-Tech program is like an early college high school, which we have several of those, but it's an industry partner relationship. And this one is focused on health sciences. And it's a P-Tech program. We are partnering with MCA, Medical City Arlington, to be that industry partner. And I just want to take a moment to thank them because they opened their doors. And to get an industry partner is not easy. It's very hard because they usually have regulations and things they have to consider. But they believe in our students and they believe in you and the work that you do every day. We'll be opening more P-Tech programs in the future in our high schools. But I'm proud of the one at Bowie High School, the first year for their P-Tech program. And so why is this an easy sell in our community? Why is it that MCA, as a large organization, rather bureaucratic, says yes? Well, I'll tell you, because our high school graduates that graduate with an associate's degree in Arlington completely squash the state average. So if you look at this slide, the state average is about 40% of students that go to an early college high school program actually get that associate's degree and that high school diploma. In Arlington ISD, 90% of our students get the associate's degree and the high school diploma. So when we go to an industry partner and say, this is our success, partner with us, it's a no-brainer, and I want to thank them. Another program that's well on its way to opening is the Gunn Junior High Fine Arts and Dual Language Academy. This is our progression of our dual language academies, Fine Arts and Dual Language Academy, going into Gunn Junior High from Jones and Corey. The first cohort is now progressing to be 6th graders. So yes, this will be a junior high that will serve 6th, 7th, and 8th in this specialized program. And we're very proud of them and our community for their support. Thank you to Gunn Junior High staff and everyone involved in that project. It is a major undertaking. Our pre-K program continues to grow. You know, last year was our first year to offer full-day pre-K. It was our first year during a pandemic, and it was tough. Parents didn't really send their kids to pre-K during that time. And so we know that in Arlington, a full-day pre-K, which we've been waiting for a long time, now funded, full-day pre-K is a game changer. Because as they prepare to come to our school district, and as they're better prepared for kinder, they have a better preparation for success. So thank you to all the pre-K teachers who endured and went through all kinds of virtual instruction. I was convinced when I visited a pre-K virtual classroom, if pre-Kers know how to mute their microphone and turn on their camera, we can all do it. It was a big challenge for the adults. Pre-Kers learned it on almost day one, and I was so proud of them. So thank you to our pre-K program. We have about 3,000 already signed up for pre-K for this coming year, and we're going to greet them with open arms and with that confidence that we talked about. The last area I'm going to talk about is accelerating our progress. You know, during COVID, we didn't stop with our construction and our transformation of this school district. So our 2 flagship buildings, the Center for Visual and Performing Arts and our athletics complex, they opened in 2019, 2020, and it was part of the 2014 bond. And so we opened those buildings. They were progressing, and then accelerated. And if you've been there, you've seen our athletics center, our natatorium, which is a wonderful facility. And I share this because there's moments in time, and this is really part of this presentation, this last portion. There are moments in time in Arlington ISD, in our history, where we should really pause and reflect on the big transformation that's happening. If you've been part of Arlington ISD like I have for a number of years, we have been talking about having a natatorium for decades. And that's no exaggeration, decades. And when it comes together, we should be proud of the work that's happening. Thank you to the staff that works that natatorium. It's outstanding, it's serving hundreds and hundreds of students already. The implementation of the athletic center arena also, that opened up and hosted our very important vaccine clinic for our students. Another wonderful event. Each high school received a uniquely branded trailer so they can transport their instruments in band, transport them to one event to another. If you've been part of our district, you know that our band parents and our band students have had all kinds of ways of transporting their instruments from one location to another. They've done it themselves, they've relied on parent volunteers, we had some small trailers at some point, and because of the generous commitment by our community, we're able to invest in these band trailers, safely transporting instruments back and forth. Our students deserve it. Our fine arts students' investment, they invest time, we invest in them. And I know band trailers, you know, you're probably thinking, well, that's just one little part of the bond. It's a big part of this bond because it means so much for our students. We have new playgrounds opening up and we're phasing them in. Every elementary will get 2 new playgrounds and some have already opened. And these playgrounds are appropriate in terms of their surface so that there's access for every single student in our district. We know that access is so important, and this is a big investment. There's also covered areas in our playgrounds for our teachers. I'm kidding, it's for our students, but our teachers will enjoy that too during recess, right? And we know that the joy that this brings and the healthy experiences that this brings for our students is amazing. I remember I was part of the groundbreaking ceremony, the ribbon cutting, I should say, ceremony at Piercy, the first one that opened, Piercy Elementary. And the students have been, just like they are at every school, as this project progresses, they've been waiting and waiting. And in order for this to be built, we have to take out the playground that exists. So they don't have a playground for a period of time. And they're waiting and waiting and waiting and seeing it through the windows, walking by it as it's being built. So when I got to the ribbon cutting ceremony, I remember the principal, and especially the teachers, were saying they really have been anticipating this, really have been anticipating this. And I thought, okay, well, that makes sense. Anticipation is good. As soon as we cut that ribbon, they ran into the playground. They almost knocked us down as they were running into the playground, and the joy and the happiness that they had about having an appropriate space to gather and to play was amazing. As part of our transformation in our district, we closed 2 of our elementary schools, Knox Elementary and Roark Elementary. We closed those as part of the bond project to repurpose and rebuild schools and facilities. And so on the closing of those 2 facilities, we saw the passion, the energy, the love that teachers in those schools have for their students. And as we started the ceremony, they shared story after story after story of what happened in that building. But they were so thankful that those buildings, those aged facilities, would soon be replaced by brand new facilities. We had a groundbreaking at Webb Elementary. So we'll be rebuilding Webb, Thornton, Berry, and Carter Junior High, completely rebuilding them. We know that what happens in a building is the most important thing in our students' lives. But the building itself has to be part of that. And you have to have the appropriate spaces. The groundbreaking ceremony at Webb was amazing. The love that the students showed for their teachers and what is to come was truly inspiring. And I want to thank all our staff that has been going through this transition, teachers, other staff, principals that have been going through this transition, closing schools, consolidating, temporary Berry, temporary Thornton. Thank you for your dedication and for your focus to something that's coming. So we also know that we have facilities across the district that have been repurposed and reinvigorated. We have a fabulous new food and nutrition headquarters services there. And you see that on the slide. If you've ever been to the previous food service building, what it was before, you'll understand this transformation. This wonderful freezer where Lizardo couldn't find the French fries. Okay, we have people who can find the French fries, but we also have a wonderful freezer that really helps us do our best work. And we're gonna redo the transportation and security area because that also is a major function in our organization and they need the appropriate spaces to do their best work. Soon we'll be moving our central office just north of I-30. So if you've passed by the Enterprise building, it's not called the Enterprise building anymore, it'll be our administration building. That's where our new administration building will be. We've owned this building for a number of years, and we repurposed it, and we reimagined it from the inside to better provide services to our students and our campuses. This is another one of those moments in time, just like when we opened our Career Tech Center, Athletics Complex, Natatorium, Fine Arts Center, I could go down the list, repurpose schools, rebuild schools. Consolidation of our staff has been something that we've been working on and wanting and desiring probably as long as we've been talking about a natatorium. And it's happening. And I'm just so proud of all the people that have been involved in those projects. As I conclude today, I encourage you to reignite your passion for this work. I know last year was exhausting. And the challenges were tremendous. But we have an opportunity now with a new challenge to do our very best work. And I have no doubt that our district, Arlington ISD, with the people we have in our district, with the students in the community, that we're gonna do our very best work. I'm proud to be your superintendent, and I'm proud of you, and I look forward to a wonderful, wonderful school year. Have a great school year. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Maria Garcia and I go to Sam Houston, and I want to thank Coach Henning for being there for me last year whenever we were going through the pandemic, and he was like always there for us and teaching us and being the best coach he could be.
Hi, my name is George and I came from Borden Elementary. I'm grateful for my math teacher, Mr. Edwards, because he helped me understand math, especially partial products and division.
My name is Trey and I go to James Bowie High School. I'm a junior. My favorite staff is Mr. Morrow because he helped me and put me back on the right track. Let's say I was going on the wrong track, but now he put me back on the right stage where I need to be.
Hi, my name is Olivia Griffin. I'm 9th grade and I'm going to Bowie High School. I would currently like to thank Ms. Pritchard, my AVID teacher, for being awesome, amazing, and encouraging. She always encouraged me to do my very best, and I continue to do AVID. I would also like to thank Mr. Singer for being my math teacher. I was always having a hard time with math, but now I don't, and I'm very inspired to continue to do math and move forward in my career.
My name is Daniela Alvarado. I'm a senior in Lamar High School, and my favorite teacher is Coach Roberts because I feel like more than a teacher, she was like a friend to me, good with advice, and just an amazing teacher after all. Mi maestra favorita es Coach Roberts. Siento que además de ser una buena maestra, fue más que una amiga, dándome consejos y solamente una buena maestra, sobre todo.
Reny to the rescue. Reny to the rescue. It's me, Reny. Reny to the rescue. That's me. Hello, sir. Reny Lizardo.
Tim Borden.
New Director of Plant Services and hardest working person in this district.
Okay.
So tell me how I'm going to be leading you today.
Well, today I need you to get on this mower and I'm going to show you how to use it.
One stuck. I think one stuck.
You got one stuck? What about it? Come on, you got to go straight. You got to go straight.
Ride him, cowboy.
Ride him, cowboy. You got to go straight. Turn your blades on. Turn your blades on.
Look, I got it. Look.
Yeah. What'd you stop for?
I'm checking my email. Dr. Cavazos likes to email me a lot.
Okay, well, we're not done, but how are you at buffing floors?
I'm an expert. I buff them all the time.
Got a job for you.
It's very similar to a riding lawnmower. I don't know if you've ever ridden.
I mastered riding lawnmower. That's
Excellent.
easy. This is a BMW?
It's close. It's a John Deere kind of cross hybrid.
Okay, I know how to ride these. This is easy.
Okay, well, steering wheel just like a car.
Uh-huh.
You drop the scrubbing pads and the squeegee just like the blades of a lawnmower.
Okay, I missed that last time, but I got it this time. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
So I would just jump on, turn the key on, mash the gas just like a car. Just
Okay.
be real careful.
Where's the blade? I think this is the blade. Maybe it's this
green.
Can someone move the table?
Press backwards on the pedal. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Watch out for the tables.
Okay, I'm ready. So just the rest of the cafeteria, even lines, up and
But
down.
remember, you have to drop the pads so it won't disrupt the floor.
I'm also kind of, is the vending machines out that door? I'll get you a drink. Let me open this up a little bit. Time to turn on the nitrous. Oh, sorry about that. People gotta get out of my way. They see me driving this thing down the hall.
Sean, hey, this is Jeff. Listen, Reny's he's not gonna hack it as a custodian, so I'm gonna send him over to Matt in electrical, see if he can handle it over there. All right, thanks.
Hardest working person in the district. Hello, ma'am. Nothing to see here. This is the future superintendent cleaning the floors. Hello to you. How's it going? I don't know what's going on. Sure there's a lot of green in this school. Use a little orange. All right, now, hello, I'm in charge. What are these? What's this for?
There's a trip breaker up in panel HDP1.
Okay.
I just was gonna go reset it.
I'll take care of it. Reset it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's see which box. They're all the same. I'll just do this one. Find a breaker. These look good. Let me fix this one.
I got this. I got an idea.
Security, this is David.
David Stevens. Hey.
Oh, hey, Kelly.
Hey, look, Reny is finished working with us in plant services. Man, he's done a great job.
What?
And he's finished up. We don't need him anymore.
No, hold on.
No, don't worry. It's my.
No,
trust
no.
me. No,
Hold on.
No,
Kelly.
it's okay. It's my favorite of you.
No,
No,
wait,
thanks, David.
hello? Kelly,
Talk to you later.
Yes. Reny to the rescue. It's me, Reny. Reny to the rescue. That's me.
I can't believe they didn't appreciate my hard work at plant services. When I take over, they'll hear from me. But in the meantime, let's do our second mascot game. This is one of the most ancient sports, going all the way back to ancient Greece. This is the Mascot Dance Contest. Now, each mascot will have 10 seconds to show their best dance moves, and then we will pick winners from there. So, DJ Ray, hit me with the beat. Let's go. The cat in the blue shirt. What do you got? Okay. Not bad. Oh, don't hurt yourself. There we go. Nice job, cat. All right, Thornton Turkey, you're next. Whoa! Is that the worm? I didn't know turkeys could get down like that. Oh my goodness. Don't hurt yourself. Let's go. God of Thunder. Flavor Flav. Not the best move. Blue Pony. Show him something better. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Not bad. Pilot Man. Let's take us up to the skies. Show us your move. Oh, yeah. There you go. Michael Jackson with it now. Nice. Let's see. Bears from the woods to the dance floor. Let's go. See this bear can dance. Yeah. Break it down. Not bad. Yellow Pikachu cat. Let's go. Come out here, Pikachu. One way, then the other. Not bad. House cat, back in line. All right, white horse. Let's see your best moves. Back and forth, back and forth. Okay. I can do better. Get back in line. And the giant from the land of the Texans. Can you even dance? Let's see. Wow. A lot better than I thought it'd be. With the glasses, don't hurt nobody. Back in line. Bluebirds, the Bluebirds. What? Oh, he has props and everything. Brush those shoulders off. Let's get this. Kangaroo, I guess? Kangaroo. What moves you got? Hey. Oh, nice. Oh. Very good. Skyrim Warrior, it's your turn. You got an axe, but not gonna hurt anybody. Row that boat. Row that boat. Shake that leg. It's a stanky leg. Not bad. Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. This is professionally your job. Show your spirit. Nice job. Time for the red Komodo dragon. Clap your hands for the red dragon. Fire breathing. Fire on the dance floor. And the moves are not that fire. James Bowie volunteer already. Most amazing dance I've ever seen. Oh my goodness. I think we already got a winner, but we got one more. The green crocodile. Don't bite anybody. Yeah. All right. Too much Fortnite. Let's see, DJ Ray. What do you think?
Let's go with the animal with the kidnapped kid in his pouch.
I think that's a marsupial,
okay,
but sure.
Whatever. And Maverick from Top Gun.
The pilot, yeah. Top Gun.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise under there?
Yeah.
Take your mask off, Tom Cruise. All right. Time for a dance off between these two. Let's see what you got. Yeah. Don't hurt no one. Whoa. Kangaroo's going out strong. What do you got, Tom Cruise from Maverick? All right. Pilot in the sky. Yeah. Not bad. Borden. I'm having a hard time picking. Who's the winner here?
For me personally?
Yes. Hey! Maverick, Tom Cruise, first place, second place, and I'm giving third place to James Bowie High School because they're the best school.
Wait a minute.
Yes. What happened?
Are you rigging this?
No, it was the best dance. Didn't you see it? James Bowie can break it down.
I did see it. That's why I'm asking.
1, 2, and 3. Meet me over here for your medals right here by the DJ booth. Amazing stuff, guys. I will bestow upon you the highest honor I can give anyone in Arlington ISD, medals from Amazon. So, for the gold, for you, young man, you did the best job. Oh, wait, there's the pilot one. Never mind. I think, well, hold on. There you go, that's the best place. Now, for you, young man, there you go, don't spend it all in one place. James Bowie, congratulations. Amazing. You should win them all. Let's give it up for our mascots in our dance contest. Congratulations. We have one more game still to come.
Hi, my name is Matthew Chong, and I would like to thank Miss Court from Young Junior High because she has been always sweet to me and nice to me and encouraged me to be a better person and inspires me.
Hi, my name is Anissa. I'm in 3rd grade, and my favorite teacher is someone named Miss Kecia, and she lets us bring toys to class for recess, and she taught us Spanish, and she's super fun.
Hi, my name is Kennedy, and I am a junior at James Bowie High School, and my favorite teacher is my 3rd grade teacher, Miss Garcia, because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even finish high school like that, or any school year.
All right, everybody, it is time to announce our 3rd set of winners that will win this amazing token of appreciation, an electric screwdriver. So make sure you consult the screen. If your name is up there, you are one of the lucky winners. Make sure you check the description below the video to find out how to claim your prize. Next up, it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Inspirational and motivational, Chad Porter is one of the nation's most highly recommended speakers and coaches. Corporate CEOs, fundraising executives, MLB, NFL, and college athletes and coaches alike praise his powerful account of overcoming obstacles, perseverance, and dealing with life challenges. He was the lead motivational speaker on the former elite Zig Ziglar international team. Hundreds of thousands have benefited by his uplifting message for over 20 years. His book, Severed Dreams, captured national bestseller status in just a few days after release. Head coach of the Buffalo Bills, Sean McDermott, described Chad as extremely inspirational and one of the best speakers they have ever had. we are delighted to welcome Chad Porter to Ignite 2021.
So glad to see you guys. Oh God, I can't see you. This is not what I expected, but I'm super happy that we get to video this and send it off to you, and really happy to be with you here today and hopefully share some nuggets with you, and hopefully there'll be some things that'll help you in the classroom or help you in the school, or maybe just help you at home in your personal life. And I'm gonna kind of share a little bit about my story. I'm gonna kind of go back and tell you a little bit about myself growing up and some of the things that I've gone through. And like I said, hopefully there'll be some things you can take today and just better your life. And so I grew up in North Carolina, still live in North Carolina today. It was nice to be able to come and see you guys, and really excited. When I grew up, I had two amazing parents growing up, and I don't take that for granted at all. I know that's not always commonplace, but two amazing parents. My mother taught special needs kids for over 30 years. So coming to here and speaking to you educators today, and when I talk about educators today, I'm not just talking about the teachers. Obviously, they do amazing things, but everyone behind the scenes and those who have any interaction with the students whatsoever. And so my dad was a great athlete growing up. He was a three-lettered athlete in college, and so growing up, I wanted to be just like Dad. Still want to be just like Dad. He's an amazing person, and but growing up, I knew at 15 years old, I knew exactly where my life was going to go for the rest of my life. I knew exactly where I was going to go, what I was going to do. I was going to go play college football. I was going to play pro football. I was probably going to be right here, more than likely. But really had everything in my life planned out just the way I wanted it to go. And a lot of kids have those dreams to be able to be a pro athlete or a lot of things, but your body doesn't always keep up with those things. And so luckily, as a 15-year-old kid, I grew very quickly. I was about 6'3", weighed about 200 pounds, had a size 13 shoe, so I grew really fast. It did not make me fast. I was like a newborn giraffe for many years trying to catch up with my body. But athletics and being active was just exactly all I wanted to do. And so when I was the summer between my freshman and sophomore year in high school, we were asked to go do this ski show, and I grew up water skiing from the age of 4 years old. I started barefoot water skiing when I was 10, and I joined the White Lake Ski Hills, which is a professional water ski team that would do ski shows all over the Carolinas and Virginia, and just a great organization. But it was all kids that did the acts. It was kids between the ages of 8 and 18 years of age, and all our parents would drive the boats. They would teach us the acts. They would do all of these things to support us, and it was just a great way to spend the summer. So the summer between my freshman and sophomore year in high school, we were asked to go do this show. It's the first ski show of the year. I was running through the house. I completely forgot the coffee table was in my living room. It had been there my whole life, and I ran around the corner barefooted, and I kicked it as hard as I could. And it took my pinky toenail and it peeled it all the way back up off of my toe till literally the nail is standing straight up in the air. It's flapping in the wind. And the worst part of it is it didn't come all the way off. It's like literally just hanging by that last thread of skin, and it's bleeding all over the place, and a breeze comes through the house and it's flapping around, and I have a heartbeat in my toe. I don't know if you've ever had a heartbeat in your toe before, but that's what I was experiencing. And I was panicking because the rest of my day I got to take these tight rubber ski boots and pry my foot into it, and this nail's flapping around in the wind, and it's just not going to work. And so I panicked, and my dad is he's a problem solver, right? He's a son of a turkey farmer, great athlete. And so he sets me down and he says, "Son, we got to take care of this." And he hands me a pair of pliers. So I don't know if you know where this is going, but he said, "Grab the nail as tight as you can and just snatch it off. It'll feel like pulling a Band-Aid." I'm like, "No, there's no way this could feel like pulling a Band-Aid." He loves me. I know he loves me. But I couldn't do it. I kept dropping the pliers. And so he came up to me and says, "I got a plan." He hands me a pair of vice grip pliers. He says, "You don't have to worry about holding on to them. You clamp it and lock it down and just throw them across the room. It'll pop it right off." I couldn't do it. I went underneath the sink and found some redneck chrome. I assume somebody in this audience knows what redneck chrome is, but we call it duct tape in North Carolina. And so I got a long strip of duct tape and I pushed the nail down as tight as I could, and I just wrapped it and wrapped it and wrapped it. I watched MacGyver growing up. I mean, he literally fixed everything with duct tape. So I just assumed this would put it all back together and it'll be okay. But I took off to the ski show and it worked perfectly. Now I'd love to take that story right there and just make you a better person, make you a better educator. I have no idea how to do that, so I just thought I'd wake you up this morning and kind of tell you that story. So, the ski show that day went perfectly. Everything was amazing. Ramp jumping, barefoot, and comedy acts, everything in the world went exactly the way it was supposed to go. The last act of the day is a pyramid on top of the water, and that's when we have 5 guys and 4 girls, or 2 girls and 2 boys, and we build a pyramid, and we go around the lake. And it was right before that started happening, there was a really dark storm cloud that started building up over top of the lake. And so we didn't know if we had enough time, and we were really kind of worried and panicked. But us kids, we were athletes, right? Not necessarily the smartest kids in the world, but we were athletes. Just throw us in there, we're fine, we're invincible, nothing can happen. But luckily the parents had enough knowledge, and we didn't have cell phones in our pockets, so we didn't have radars. And so they had enough sense to say, all right, well, I think we have enough time to do this. And so they threw us out there. We went around the lake, as you saw, and it went perfectly. That's us going around the lake that day. I'm on the far bottom left, and just a really, really, really cool experience. And the girls and the boys climbed down. We got back onto the back of the boat, and the boat pulls back towards shore, probably about 10 yards offshore. And we all jump out of the boat, all 9 kids, just big smiles on our faces, high fives, just so excited. Everything had gone perfectly, on top of the world. Nothing could ever ruin the mood that we were in. But the next 2 seconds of that day completely changed my life forever. My family's life, my friends, everyone that was there that day. It was one of those moments, and I'm sure you've been through it, but everything just stops. You don't know how in the world you're going to deal with this or what's even happening sometimes, and life just turns upside down, and that's what happened that day. But I'm going to back up a little bit and tell you a little bit about the boat that was pulling us that day. It's an inboard ski boat. It has about a 400 horsepower engine in the middle of it. It's a really, really powerful ski boat. It pulled 9 skiers up with no problem whatsoever. And so when the boat turned around backwards, now just to give you a little lesson on a boat, I know you know it, but just in case, it doesn't have a gas pedal you put your foot on. It has a throttle. You push it forward to go forward. You pull it back to go back. The faster you want to go in either direction, you push it or pull it. And so when the boat turned around backwards and we started to get out, there was 2 dads in the boat, and now we have 10 skis in the boat, 9 ski ropes in the boat. There's just so much going on, and they're trying now. The wind is blowing. The waves are picking up on the lake. It's getting crazy, and so the 2 dads are trying to get everything organized, and us kids aren't helping. We're just kind of hanging out, just still high-fiving, and the dad standing up in the boat knew immediately something wasn't right. He could feel the engine still engaged on the boat. So I guess when the driver turned around and he spun it around and he pulled it up in the neutral, somehow that day in all the chaos, it just clicked in the reverse position. And he has spun around in his driver's seat, and he's now collecting all the ropes. And the dad standing up yelled at him, turn off the boat, it's going in reverse. And it startled the driver. He knew he had it in neutral. And so he spun around to turn the key off, and before he could hit the key, his elbow hit the throttle. And it pulled the throttle completely into reverse, and so this boat with a 400 horsepower engine in it just went wide open towards shore. Right towards 9 kids that are standing in the water. There's nowhere for us to go. There's nowhere for us to hide. Nobody really knew what was happening. Nobody saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. But we got super lucky that day. There was only one person that was right behind the boat, and lucky me. Like I said, never saw it coming, but for some reason my body did react that day, and I don't know if it was a roar of an engine or someone screaming, but my first reaction was just dive under the water, and I dove down to the bottom of the lake thinking if I got there I would be okay. And it's not the worst plan in the world, except I was in waist deep water and there was really nowhere for me to hide. I'm going to show you the bottom of that boat, and it is a bad machine. It's got a steel prop that's this big from end to end. It is just a powerful, powerful, powerful boat. And when it went over top of me, that 400 horsepower is pushing it, and it creates a lot of suction and a lot of turbulence. And that suction just grabbed me and pulled me right to the propeller, and it just started chopping me up, hitting me over and over and over again. There was nothing I could do to get away from it. I kept trying to grab something underneath the boat and pull myself out from underneath it, but every time I did, it pulled me right back and just kept hitting me. I was being thrown around like a rag doll underneath the boat, totally out of control. The boat finally ran into another boat that was parked here on dock, and it hit it so hard that it poked a hole in the side of the boat. And the two dads were able to recover themselves because when the boat took off, they just literally were pinned to the floorboard of the boat. They couldn't slow it down. They couldn't turn it off. They couldn't steer it because the momentum just held them down. And they finally got up, and they were able to turn the boat off when it hit the other boat, and the suction stopped. I released, and I got myself out from underneath the boat. So I floated up, and I floated out from underneath, and my best friend Michael's standing there. He's 18 years old. Just imagine an 18-year-old kid, a 15-year-old buddy coming out from underneath the boat, and he's got the goofiest smile on his face. He's just so happy to see me. He watched me disappear, and then all of a sudden I'm back. I looked at him. I said, "Michael, it got me." He says, "It's going to be okay." He pulled me out from underneath the boat. He had one hand behind my head and one behind my legs, and he just lifted me up into his arms. And so I had to see what happened. I had no pain underneath the boat, which is crazy, but I could still feel my legs being knocked around. If you laid in the bed and I grabbed your feet, and I just started slapping your legs together and throwing them around, that's the sensation I had. And so when I came out of the water and he lifted me up in his arms, I looked down because I wanted to see what happened, and I saw more than I wanted to see. The best way I can describe it to you, I remember the right leg coming up out of the water. And it looked like somebody had taken a stick of dynamite and put it inside the leg and exploded it from the inside out. It was completely filleted wide open. There were bones sticking up in the air. There was blood shooting 3 feet in the air. The whole lake's getting red around me. And of course, now the pain. You see the blood, you feel the pain, and it starts to creep in, and it's excruciating. And I look back up at Michael, and Michael no longer has that smile on his face. He's covered in my blood, and I'll see that face for the rest of my life. But he grabbed me and he pulled me over to the floating dock, and they started working on me. And it's amazing in these situations who runs towards you and who runs in the other direction. I would love to think I'm a run towards you kind of person. I think I am. But I've watched my friends on the shore crying and screaming and holding each other in their arms. I watched them drag the dad out of the boat. Can you even imagine what was going through his head? He's an amazing man, wonderful man. If you read my book, I got a whole chapter on Carl and my relationship. Just an amazing, incredible guy. But I landed there on the dock and all of this chaos, and I'm looking for the two people I need more than anything. I'm looking for my parents. And I'm looking all over the place, and I realize this is the first ski show my parents have ever missed. They're back an hour and a half away at the other lake house, and I'm under contractual obligation listen, she was a teacher. You just have to deal with her. I'm under contractual obligation to tell you why she did not make it to the ski show that day, so that you don't think that she's just a bad mama and didn't make it that day. She had just had major surgery, and so they decided to stay home because they had so many more ski shows to go to that day. And I don't know if all of this is a blessing that they were not there, or if they were, I don't know, but I'm glad they weren't. But they get a phone call, and I can't even imagine what this phone call was like. Maybe some of you have gotten that phone call, or you've made that phone call, or you've received it, or your parents received it. But that's not a phone call that you want to get. And so now they've got to get in the car, and they've got to drive, and they try to get to this hospital, knowing what has just happened to their son. And there's no Snapchatting and tweeting and Instagramming all the way to the hospital in 1991. Please don't do the math on all of this. I know you're teachers and you've already started to figure out how old I am, but just imagine just a lot of prayers and hoping that everything's going to be okay when they get there. So anyway, I'm laying on this dock and I'm trying to control the situation. Who here is controlling? Okay, there's a lot of you that didn't raise your hands. And let me just go ahead and tell you, I worry for Arlington School District if you are not controlling. Because let me tell you something, if you think you're going to be an educator or a teacher or a supervisor or a leader, you're in trouble if you're not in control. And I'm not, listen, the people that raise their hands are probably over-controlling. That's a whole nother category I can't go into today. But every single day you wake up in your life, you have a plan for your life. You know the way you want it to go. I'm not saying it'll ever go that way, but you have goals. You have an idea of how things are supposed to go, and you have a plan for your life. You're controlling your life. That's okay. You're supposed to. But there are going to be some moments in your life when you don't have that control. But at this moment, I'm thinking 10 weeks to heal. They can put it back together. I've had broken arms and legs before. I've had stitches. I've had staples. I'm like, man, I was a kid that played really hard, and I broke a lot of things, including me and other people. But I'm thinking, they can put this back together. I got 3 more years of high school left. They're already starting to be recruited to play college football as a freshman. So my plans are going. I mean, everything I wanted was going in the right direction. People come back from injuries all the time. This is not the worst thing. The pain was awful, but I'm starting to feel good about my situation and feel okay. And then the next thing out of someone's mouth, well, we got to get a mask and snorkel and see if we can find his foot. Didn't see that coming. I was like, what? Whoa. Slow down. Because when Michael lifted me up out of the water, I looked down and I remember seeing the right leg, how destroyed it was. I don't remember anything about the left leg, nothing. And I know why now, because it was cut off and it's lost in the lake and nobody can seem to find it. So I immediately went from control to somebody knock me out, please. I was begging them, hit me in the head with a ski. You know what it's like to wake up from a nightmare and you're like, oh God, thank goodness that was just a nightmare. That's what this was. It had to be. Wake up from this and it's all going to be over with. Thank God nobody took medical advice from a 15-year-old that day, because just me being awake was the only thing keeping me alive. And they took me to the first hospital and they started working on me, and they knew immediately that they couldn't handle my situation, so they called Duke to send a life flight helicopter to come and pick me up. Now, this hospital was not ready for me that day. It was a little county hospital. It was total chaos. I mean, they did an amazing job. But they just weren't ready, so they had sent this helicopter, and this helicopter lands, and this life flight nurse comes into the emergency room, and she's going over my charts and looking at my vital signs, and I met this nurse. And my mom, after writing my book, she sent a book copy to everybody that was in my journey. She kept up with everybody. So she sent a copy of this book to this life flight nurse, and she called me right after she had read it. And she said, you nailed it. You just absolutely killed it. Just everything that you wrote was perfect. She said, but you didn't write something in the book, and it's my fault that you didn't do it. She said, because I never told you, and I never told your parents. But when I walked into that emergency room and I saw your vital signs, I've been in trauma nursing for 30 years, she said, and I've never seen anyone with vital signs like yours that ever survived. And I was like, that would have been an incredible line in the book. And I would have put that on the cover of the book. But she said, I just knew at that moment that it wasn't going to happen, that what we were doing, we're going to still do it, and we're still going to try hard, but this kid's not going to make it. And I'm just like, well, I'm kind of glad you didn't tell me that in the moment. So they're flying me out of the emergency room, taking me to the helicopter, and it becomes the first meant-to-be moment of my whole experience. And meant-to-be moments for me are those moments in our lives when we go through something hard or difficult, something that is challenging, and we don't know why we're having to go through it. It's easy for me to tell you that I know that you've gone through that, because the last year and a half, you didn't see this coming. If I told you in February of 2020, hey, you're going to be at home teaching some kindergartners from the computer, you'd have said, you are out of your mind. You are crazy. There's no way that this could ever happen. That's what you would have said, but guess what? We did it. You did it. You figured it out, and every little challenge along the way, you figured it out. Was it fun? No, it wasn't fun. Did you do your best? 100%. But that day, as they were taking me through the emergency room, it became my first meant-to-be moment because we flew out of the emergency room, we're on the way to the helicopter, and we go right through the main lobby of the hospital to get there. It just doesn't seem like that's the right way to go. I don't know if there were wet floor signs on other hallways and HR was on them. I don't know, but we went through the main lobby of the hospital. Everybody's covered in blood. They're screaming for people to dive out of the way. I mean, it's chaos. But the second I got in that main lobby, I heard two voices that I recognized. My parents ran into that main lobby of that hospital the same time that I'm being pushed through it. Had they been 5 seconds later on an hour-and-a-half drive, they would have never seen me. Had we gone another route that we should have to get to the helicopter, they wouldn't have seen me. They had 5 seconds, they ran up beside me, told me that they loved me, everything will be okay, and they'll see me really soon. They were pushed aside and said, get back in the car and drive up to Duke, that's where he's going. First they even heard I was going to another hospital. Control, we talked about it. I'm a dad, I got 2 boys. If I can keep them alive till they're 18 years old, I'm doing a heck of a job because they're wild and they're crazy and I can't just, man, they're just like me, unfortunately. But I can't imagine, I like to fix everything that's wrong with them. I like to make sure they're okay. I like to make everything all right. And my parents are the same way, and I can't imagine that day when they were pushed aside and said, there's nothing you can do. Get back in the car and drive another hour. Because control is one of those things, it is easy to control your life when you know what's happening or you've been through it before. It's easier to get through speed bumps that you've conquered at one point in time. And I say this because I'm not saying this upcoming year is going to be easy. I don't care if it's the perfect scenario of being a teacher and being an educator. It's never easy. But you have literally conquered every challenge in your entire life up to this point. Everything that has ever been thrown in front of you, you have gotten past it. You're still here. But when you're faced with a situation that you've never dealt with before, that you can't imagine getting through, it's harder to control that. It's harder to imagine. There's some things that you guys have been through that I can't even imagine. That you can't even imagine even getting through. There's some of you struggling right now with something that you're sitting there saying, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I have the strength and the power to do this. So when my parents were pushed aside, I can't imagine what that felt like. They got me out to the helicopter and they start to put me on the helicopter to get me to Duke as fast as they can because obviously I'm dying and they can't get me on the helicopter. I don't fit on the helicopter. Okay, this is not a county fair helicopter. This is a helicopter built for patients on stretchers. They do it for a living. That's what they're made for. Here's the problem. They sent a smaller helicopter from Duke to get the 15-year-old kid, and which makes total sense. I get it. Save a little gas on a smaller helicopter, but I wasn't 15-year-old size. I was man size. I was hanging off the stretcher. One leg was hanging off the stretcher. Just want to be totally clear about that. And so every time they slid me into the helicopter, that foot kept hitting the front dash of the helicopter, and they couldn't get me far enough in. They were losing their minds. They were panicking. The nurse and the pilot are yelling at each other. The chopper blades are flying. The wind is blowing. And they're yelling. The pilot says, hey, we'll call for the other helicopter right now. It'll take 15 minutes to get here. She yells back at him, if we don't get him to Duke right now, he won't make it. I'm just wishing they could have learned sign language at some point in time in their life because that would have been a whole lot more pleasant for me. But I started to realize how serious it was. The next thing I know, this nurse leans over to me. She says, Chad, I got a plan to get you to Duke, but you got to trust me. It's going to be the scariest thing you've ever done in your whole life, but we don't have a choice right now. We're going to take these 8 straps and strap you as tight as we can to the stretcher. I promise you won't fall off the stretcher. But we're going to take this stretcher and we're going to attach it to the outside of the helicopter in order to fly you up to Duke. It's the only way we can get you there. Yeah, that sounds crazy, right? Well, it should sound crazy because I'm totally kidding. That's not what she said at all. I just thought I'd just throw that. That's the worst joke ever because you're starting to trust me. You're starting to believe in me. But now I've just broken all of that. I've made this whole story up. I'm just totally kidding. No, I'm just not. This is a true story. But here's what she really said. Tighten you down to the stretcher as tight as we can get you. We're going to take the stretcher and we're going to flip it almost completely upside down. We think if we get it upside down that we can slide it in there and then wedge you back in, and we think you'll be okay. I'm not a great negotiating point in my life. I'm just like, I don't even know why you're telling me all of this. Just get me where I need to go. So it worked. They got me on this helicopter, and I met this nurse a year later. I spoke at a conference, and she said, Chad, do you remember what we went through to get you on that stretcher and get you in that helicopter? I was like, yeah, I remember all of it. She said, do you remember what you said to me when I told you that I was going to flip you upside down the stretcher and put you in this helicopter? You remember what you said at that moment? I'm like, no. She said, you looked right at me and said, don't worry, if I fall off this stretcher, I won't run away. And so I don't know if dying makes you funny or losing blood makes you funny. I'm not really sure, but you remember when that same nurse walked into that emergency room and saw my vital signs and I was 100% convinced that this was not going to be a good situation. She told me that day when she called me, she said, I knew immediately when you said what you said and cracked that stupid joke that you were going to make it. Somehow, some way you were going to make it. But they got me up to Duke, and first surgery, they gave me a 25% chance to live in the first surgery. Lost so much blood, so much going on. They gave me about a 15% chance that they could take that right leg that was exploded and put it all back together where it'll work again, because there was bones broken, nerves severed, arteries severed, veins severed, pieces missing. I mean, it was just a awful situation. To be able to put it back together where it will work again, they just didn't think. And then on top of that, all the infection from the salt water, from the fresh water. But I did make it. They gave me about a 50% chance. If I did survive, I'd probably have severe brain damage. Because when you lose that much blood for that long a period of time, it really takes a toll on the brain. And it really just depends on who you ask in my life whether or not I have brain damage. Some would question. I'm just going to be honest with you. But I made it through, and I spent about 3.5 weeks in the hospital. And I'm going to show you this picture. They did put me back together again, and I don't know if you want to see the picture or not, but I'm going to show it to you. Not very many people have seen it. I just started showing it. But they put me back together. They took these 5 long pins, and they screwed it into the leg to put it all back together. They had staples and stitches and everything to try to hold it all together. Lots of skin grafts from what I told you, the pieces missing part. They put it all back together, and man, they really did a phenomenal job. I'm going to be honest with you. They really did. It works pretty well. The only thing I can't do is lift my toes to my nose, so I can't dorsiflex, but I can push down to go up. I just can't lift the foot up. And really the only time it bothers me is in these hotel rooms with these tight sheets, and I start to get a calf cramp in the bed. I don't know if you've ever had that experience before, but you pull your foot back to stop it from happening. Well, I can't do that, and my foot goes straight down, and it just locks up. Feels like someone shot me in the leg, and I don't know why I tell you everything, but I spent about 3.5 weeks in the hospital. The whole time I was in the hospital, I wore a mask on my face. Kind of symbolic, I know, but not these masks we're wearing today, or an oxygen mask or a Halloween mask. I'm going to show you what the mask looks like and see if you recognize it. That's it. I wore it so well. This is what I like to call a I'm okay mask. I'm fine. I'm good. Somebody comes up to you and says, hey, how you doing today? I'm great. Thanks for asking. But inside, there might be something going on. You're dealing with things that they don't understand, but you don't want anybody to know about it, so you wear this mask on your face to cover it all up, thinking that everything, if you just ignore it and smile through it, it'll just go away. Well, I can tell you from lots of experience that the mask has never helped. But I wore it so well, when everyone would come and visit me, I would put this mask on and I would try to make everyone feel okay, and I would smile at them, and I would just crack jokes. I'll rub where the foot used to be. I can feel it, all this stuff. And I wore it so well, my mom was freaking out. She's smarter than I am. I remember saying one day, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be frustrated. Just like you guys, it's okay to feel all the stuff that you felt this year. Whatever you felt, it's okay. If you were angry, if you were mad, if you were upset, if you were sad, whatever the situation is, it's okay to feel those things. And my mom was trying to convince me, it's okay, let it go. And I remember asking her, is it okay if I'm all right? And I know deep down she was like, no, you can't be okay. So about 3.5 weeks in, the physical therapist brings this videotape. It's going to inspire me, going to fire me up, going to show me what life's going to be like. It's a videotape of amputees playing basketball. Now, I know that doesn't shock anybody today because we've seen amputees do crazy, amazing things, play sports, run, climb mountains, do all of these things. But back in the early 90s, I'd never seen anyone with one leg before. They weren't on the courts balling it up in the afternoons. And so I put this video in. I was so excited. 5 minutes into it, I was like, oh, I wish I had not seen that video. Thinking it in my head, because we have a saying here in the South, and daggone, we're in the South, so you probably know what I'm talking about, but it's called bless your heart. And if I said, hey, have you seen Sarah's hair today? Bless her heart. It's not a compliment to Sarah's hair, is it? Well, bless their hearts, they barely ran, they barely jumped. They look like one-legged people trying to play basketball. I thought I was going to see Michael Jordan with one leg dunking the ball. But what I saw was my future. I remember thinking that day, I will never, ever play sports again. I'll never have anything that I ever wanted because I was not going to look like those guys. I know that sounds selfish, but I'm just being honest with you. I was done. I was never alone in the hospital, ever alone in the hospital. I had a sign-up sheet on my wall right beside my door and had every date of my entire stay, and at the top of it says, sign up to sleep with Chad. That sounds pretty cool, right? No, it was aunts and uncles and cousins. It was just someone staying in the room every single night with me, and never alone. I had my mask on all the time. There's one blank on that list. It's the same day I watched that video. The worst day of my entire life. The accident day was the worst day, but the day that I lost hope in my life was the worst day of my entire life. I cried for the first time in my hospital stay. And it's not a normal cry. I like to describe it as middle school breakup cry. I don't know if you remember what that felt like, but that was devastating. Like, I'll never love again, the snot bubbles coming out of your nose, throwing stuff. And I yelled 1,000 times one question. What do you think I asked? And I don't, yeah, thank you, sir. Everybody says the same thing. Why? Why me? Why am I having to go through this? I wish I knew all the answers to your questions, because you could just call me and say, hey, Chad, why is this happening to me? Why am I having to deal with this? Man, I'd make so much money if I knew. Sometimes you'll figure it out. Sometimes you never know why. Sometimes it just happens. And I wish I could be more profound than this as a motivational speaker, but sometimes life just sucks. Sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes it's just difficult. But it's at that moment when you're dealing with these things is, how do I deal with this? What do I do? How do I go forward? We talked about control earlier. There's very few things in this world you'll have 100% control over. Very few things you have 100% control over. But there are a few, and those few are way more powerful than all the things you can't control. The one thing that I love that I can control sometimes is your attitude. You choose your attitude. And I know that sounds crazy, but not a one person in the world can make you feel something if you choose not to feel it. Not one person can make you angry or upset if you choose not to be angry or upset. It's powerful. It is hard, but it is powerful. Your work ethic, every single day, it is your work ethic that you can control, how hard you work and the effort and the energy that you put in to whatever it is that your job is. But not just at work, at home, in your community, you have power of your effort and your attitude. And those are just a couple of things. But some people ask me all the time, what is like one piece of advice you can give me? And I'm like, God, I don't know. What do you need? But without hesitation, my next sentence is, control the things that you can control. Control those things that you have control over. And those things that you don't, let them go. Let them go. They're only causing you anxiety and stress, and there's nothing you can do about it. Control those things that you have control over. The next thing is if something is terrible in your past or something you feel terrible about or something went wrong, guess what? The past is that. It's gone. It's over with. You can't fix it. You can learn from it. You can apologize. You can do all, but you got to forgive yourself. You got to move on. You got to leave the past in the past. Be present where you are. Well, that attitude for me, I knew that night laying in the hospital, I had to make a decision because I could either quit or I could fight. I wasn't raised to be a quitter. So that attitude, I ended up playing 2 years of varsity basketball for my high school. I ended up water skiing literally 1 year after the accident. When I played basketball in high school, nobody knew I had an artificial leg. Now look, today I got this crazy little red leg and my boots, man, I had to wear my boots today. I'm in Texas. I don't get to wear them very often, so. But I didn't have this crazy leg. I had a leg that looked like a real leg. It was shaped like a real leg. It was shaped identical to the other leg. It had foam on it, it had skin on it, it had sock. And so I didn't want it to stop there because listen, you can't make them really perfect. Because if you try to put baby doll hair on a fake leg, it just looks awful. Can you imagine? And then I have a white boy problem where I get really dark during the summer and I get really white during the winter. And so I can't keep up with the shades of my life when these things are like $16,000 a pop. So it's a lot. But I wore high socks to cover my scars. I wore high socks to cover the whole leg. Nobody knew I had an artificial leg. I was playing in the game my senior year. I jumped up for a rebound. I threw it out for a fast break. Fast break takes off down the court. I fall underneath the goal. I get up. I go again. I fell again underneath the goal. Couldn't figure out what was happening. And what had been promised to me could never happen, will never happen, has never happened. In the history of this company, you cannot break your prosthesis. I've broken 12 of them since I started playing basketball and being active. They don't like me very much because I'll try to do it right before the warranty runs out. So that works best for me. But I get up and I'm now hopping to the bench and I'm trying to get across to the bench and I'm hopping across the court and now everybody in the whole gym is watching old Chad. And I get about halfway and all of a sudden people start screaming. Babies are crying, cheerleaders are barfing. I mean, it is total chaos. I'm like, what is going on, right? And as I'm hopping, I look back and about mid-shin, this leg that looks like a real leg to everybody in this gym and they think it is halfway hanging down and the foot is doing 360s. They are losing their minds. They think it's a real flopping leg and trying to get off the court. The other teammates for the other team are running beside me. Get on the ground. Just lay down on the ground. Get down. But it was so nasty they didn't want to touch it. They're like, oh, God, just get down on the ground. Lay down. I'm hopping off the court like, get away from me. Fine, you know. And they're like, oh, my God, this guy's Superman. And I remember the rest of that game I sat on the bench. And this leg was bent up backwards up underneath me, and I never left the bench the whole game. I know they were running up and down the court going, oh, my God, that is awful. Go to the hospital, man. But this is me teaching a how to be a Pirates class to some preschoolers. I did this day, and I didn't think about how much of an impact it may make. I just wanted to pull off the peg leg pirate. I wanted to see if I could figure out how to get that costume where it would look cool, and it did, and I told them how to swing a sword, and they had a great time. I just did it for fun. Now these kids are probably 10 years older than they are now. And they would come up to me and they say, still today, dude, that was so much fun. That was so awesome that day that you came, and because I took the leg off and they got to put it on and act like they were a pirate, and they got to touch the real leg that was being now cut off. And I know some of you are like, oh, that sounds awful. And if you were here today, we did have a touching booth set up, but no, can't do that today. You're like, thank God I'm at home. No, I'm just kidding. But I hope that you realize the impact that you have an opportunity to make every single day. Every single day you come to school, every single day you walk in the front doors of your house, every single day that you walk out into your community, you have an opportunity to do something special for someone. It doesn't take much. Sometimes it's just the opening of a door or a fist bump or a hello or a how are you doing today. If there's anything I can do for you, please let me know. It doesn't take much to make an impact, but you have a massive impact as an educator to be able to pour into these kids that you're going to be more of a parent sometimes than their parents are. You're going to be their safe place to come to. You're going to be where they feel loved and they feel supported. And you are in your position probably, especially some of the teachers, that there's somebody that inspired you along the way, a teacher or an educator, somebody in that school system as you grew up that inspired you, that made you do something more than you ever thought you'd be able to do. That is the impact that you can have every single day. It's the reason you got into this profession. It's not because you're making millions. Maybe you are, I don't know. Sorry about that. But it's because you love them. It's because you want to make a difference in your community. You get every single day to do that, and you make a living doing that. How special is that? Click to the next slide for me really quickly. If you struggle finding happiness, go make someone else happy and see if that helps. I don't know what you're struggling with right now in your life or what you need to do. Or if there's something on your mind that you say, hey, I got to get better at this. I got to do something more. If you can't figure it out, please send me a text or a DM and tell me how you got perfect, because I want to learn from you. But I'm assuming there's something you can work on or something you can get better at, and I encourage you to do it right now, today. Don't wait, because you are important. You're worthy of happiness. You're worthy of amazing, incredible things in your life. And if you know that, then you'll fight for you. And what you don't have, you can't give, so you have to take care of you. So make sure that you're doing that. Make sure you're asking for help. Flip to the next slide for me really quickly. I'm almost out of time, but stop traveling. That doesn't mean don't come to North Carolina. We'll go out on the boat. We'll have a good time. Stop traveling in your mind. Be present where you are, no matter how bad things are at home and the stresses that you have in your personal life. When you come to school, you got to leave all of that stress at home. You got to leave the drama at home. You can't bring it there because there's people that depend on you, that need you every single day. No matter how bad, and I'm not saying that you cannot come to work and ask for help. This school system loves you. You got administrators that will do anything in the world to help you and support you. So you can ask for help, but don't bring the drama. The last thing I'll tell you on this subject on traveling is, no matter how bad your day was at school, no matter how stressful it was in traffic getting home, when you get home, you got to leave work at work. It's hard, because you're so passionate about it. But your family needs you. They need you there. Change starts with you, but it doesn't start till you do. This is normally where I have everybody in the whole place stand up, hug each other, and tell each other that they're awesome. This is my favorite part. And COVID has robbed me of it. But you're at home right now watching this. Get up, find somebody in your house, tell them that they're awesome, and give them a hug. I know it's going to be awkward. Trust me, you got a teenager with their little caterpillar on their lip that just don't want to touch nobody. Just hug them and tell them that you love them. Tell them everything's going to be all right. This is the book I wrote, and I hope that you grab a copy of it. If you like Audible, man, unfortunately you got to hear me read it to you. I feel so sorry for you. If you have trouble sleeping, it'll help. But it's been a great resource for a lot of teachers and a lot of educators, and it's just been a really cool, well-received book. And if you were here today, I could sign them for you. But I do have something special for you today, and I'm doing it just for you. And these things are $20 online, but here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to put them on for $10 a piece. If you want them, I'll sign them for you, and I'll ship them. But there's 2 rules to this. Of course, I got to do something. So what I want you to do is to put up the slide. I want you to, if you'll go to my Instagram and just follow me on Instagram and just Venmo me $10, but you have to put your name and the school that you work at. You send me that and follow me on Instagram, and I will ship you a book. and it'll have nice and signed, and I'll figure out a way to get them to your school. But let me know your name and your school. You can follow me on social media. I'd love to hear from you. I'm here to support you in any way in the world that I can. Send me a message. I'd love to hear your story. I want to thank you once and for all that you've done in your entire career, but especially what you've been able to accomplish in this last year and a half. You're special. Every single one of you, you play a major, major role in your school. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And as a parent, and as a coach, and as a community member, maybe not here, but I want to thank you so much for what you do. Thanks for having me so much, and I look forward to coming back next year and seeing you all in person. Thanks so much for your time.
Wow, what an amazing message. Thank you so much, Mr. Porter. We are on our last mascot game. Now, I will tell you, it is pure coincidence, given our message, that our last mascot game is the one-legged race to the finish. 20-yard, one-legged race from the 40-yard line to the 40-yard line. See our mascots all lined up. Listen up, mascots, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, then go. All of you will wait a little bit. James Bowie will go first, then the rest of you will go.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna say go, and then all of you race. Mr. Borden will play a beat. The first mascot to pass the 40-yard line wins, followed by second and third place. Are you guys ready for the last game? Who is the fastest one-legged hopper? Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, Bluebird, Turkey. Come on. Back in line, guys. From the top. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. You guys are hopping way slower than I thought. Bowie, get up. You're the chosen one. Bowie, get up. No. The horses are getting, oh, that cartwheel pop. Someone get the Komodo dragon. The bear's down. The Vikings are fighting. This is chaos. The Sam giant is just knocking people out of the way. Sam wins, followed by Blue Horse and White Horse. Congratulations, all mascots. You fought Bluebird, and now you're at the end. Aviator, what happened? You didn't fly to the end. Congratulations, Long Tall Texan. Come up here, followed by Blue Horse, then White Horse. It is time for me to give out the last set of medals. Amazing job to all our mascots. First to you, our Long Tall Texan. Too high. There we go. I will give the bronze to you, White Horse. Go here. And finally, to you, Blue Pony, right here. Eat an apple when you get home. Congratulations. Let's give it up to all our mascots and our winners. Nice job. This concludes our mascot games.
Hi, my name is Anna, and I have attended AISD my whole entire life. My all-time favorite teacher is Miss Reddick, my freshman English teacher. I believe Miss Reddick is unlike any other teacher. Besides being a good English teacher, she actually is a really good friend to confide in. She gives really good advice, and she's just like my second mother at school. And I believe because of her advice, I am able to reach to the point where I am now. And besides giving advice, she has really good pies. So if you ever want to bake goods, you can hit her up.
Hi, my name is Evan Ortiz. The school I go to is Borden Elementary. My favorite teacher is Mrs. Valencia because when I'm struggling on math, she always helps me.
My name is Sofia Martinez. I go to SAM. I'm a sophomore this year. And I would like to thank Miss Bautista, my 6th grade math teacher, because she was very strict, but it was a good kind of strict because she made me do my work on time.
I'm Toya. I go to Bowie High School. My teacher's name is Miss Carr, and I think she's awesome because for the entire year, she always was so patient with me, and also at the end of the year, she emailed me a bread recipe, which I really appreciate. So I just really like her.
My name is Julius.
I go to Butler Elementary. My favorite teacher is Miss O'Neill, and she's cool because she likes hugs and I like birds.
Reny to the rescue. Reny to the rescue. It's me, Reny. Reny to the rescue. That's me.
I'm Reny Lizardo. I'm the new Director of Security. See this badge? It means I'm here to make everybody safe. How can I lead you today?
Let me get with my corporal who's going to train you, and she'll show you how to do it the right way, okay?
All right.
All right?
Train me. I'm train her.
We have a situation.
Is this the situation?
Yes,
Okay.
that is the situation. Unfortunately, that's our new employee,
Oh, okay. Cool.
and he thinks he knows everything, but he knows nothing,
All right.
as you can see. Unfortunately, we're going to have to train him,
Okay.
but I think the safest place for him is on midnight shift where he doesn't have to work with anybody, around anybody, but we're going to have to intervene immediately. Let's go.
Show me your ID, young man. Get back to class. You're tardy.
Hey, Reny.
Oh, hey.
Can I have that, please?
Yeah, I'm just practicing my skills.
Awesome.
Do I get my taser now? Do I upgrade? When do I get my taser?
I've heard about you in electricity.
Oh.
And so, yeah, we don't use those either, nor do we use these. So I'll hold on to this.
Okay.
Hey, this is the corporal that's going to be training you.
Oh, how are you? I'm your new director. How can I help you today? Yeah.
And so I'm going to send you with her, and
Okay.
she's going to show you exactly how to do things, how we're supposed to do it, so that you can be safe,
Yeah.
you can keep our property safe and our campus safe. Because remember, you're all about making it the safest place.
I am.
So she's going to take great care of you.
Let's go. I can't wait to make a bunch of changes.
Let's go.
Hey, so when do I get to start, interrogating some students? I know a lot of good techniques.
Well, actually, we're going to start you off on night shift, so there'll be no kids. You just check the doors, make sure the building is clear.
They really do this alone? In the middle of the night? This is kind of scary. What if there's someone in here with me? Oh, what's that sound? Dr. Cavazos! Where'd he go? Oh, he was just here. Where'd he go? I gotta get out of here. Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Where you been? I've been in there for hours.
It's only been 10 minutes.
Oh my goodness, I was lost and scared, and I saw Dr. Cavazos. I don't know if I could do this job. He was in there. He was just in there. He was gonna email to me today. He hasn't yet, but he was just in there.
Are you sure?
I swear that was him. I know that face anywhere. Ooh, I can't do this job. I can't.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go. No, not back in there.
This is Annette.
Hey, Annette, it's David Stevens.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Fine. How can
Listen, I
I
have an employee that I'm going to be sending over. He needs to come work with you, and... Who? It's the hardest working person in the district.
No.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, how are you? Dr. Reny Lizardo, new Director of Health Services. How can I lead you today?
Mr. Stevens already warned me about you.
Told you I was a great worker, I'm sure.
How do you feel about needles? We're doing shots today.
Needles? I thought Health Services was ice packs and Band-Aids. Needles make me dizzy.
Some help that was. Mr. Lizardo.
Yes.
I think you need to go back to being a principal.
I agree. Oh my goodness. Those jobs are way harder than I realized. I can't save anybody. Don't worry, Reny. Stick to being a principal. That's easy. You're good at that. Thank you, Dr. Cavazos. I won't let you down. Reny to the rescue! It's me, Reny. Reny to the rescue! That's me.
Honestly, we shot these videos as a way to recognize what our service departments do. I had the honor and privilege to spend time with each of them, and I knew they worked hard for each and every one of us, but just watching what they do behind the scenes, they do so much we don't realize. So please, if you ever see a security officer, bus driver, health service worker, custodian, cafeteria worker, any of our service industry people, please thank them for all that they do. They are an amazing group of working individuals. Thank you so much for everything you did last year and everything you will do for us this year. I also have the privilege to announce the last 25 lucky staff members who will get this token of appreciation The last token of appreciation are some wireless headphones. So please consult the screen if you are one of these lucky 25 staff members. Check out the description below the video on how to claim your prize. Before we close out the show today, I'd like to invite back President Mays for the podium to do a special thank you presentation.
Are you still ignited? So before we close out this amazing time that we have had together today, I wanted to take a moment to thank someone who has demonstrated extraordinary leadership under excruciating circumstances. And that's our superintendent, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos. He often says that if you didn't know the value of a teacher before the pandemic, you do now. I hear you, teachers. I hear you. I hear you. But I would say the same thing about him. If you didn't know the value of a strong leader before the pandemic, you do now. He's our beacon, a point of reference as we navigate through the choppy waters together. He's calm, thoughtful, compassionate, strong, and encouraging. He embodies every good quality of a leader. And today, we want to do something that we don't get to do very often, and that is to say, thank you, Dr. Cavazos.
Dr. Cavazos, the PACE Department would like to thank you for your leadership in navigating our school district through the challenges of the pandemic. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. C. Beckham Elementary thanks you for your leadership. Thank you. Dr. C, we're grateful for you and your leadership. From Library Services, you rock! Thank you.
Thank you for your leadership. Being able to watch you and how you responded to all the needs of our community has really influenced us and helped us through it. You pushed us and you helped us all grow, and we can't wait to see what this year brings.
Thank you, Dr. C. Thank you, Dr. C. from Larson Elementary. From Martin High School. Thank you, Dr. Cavazos.
From your Bowie family.
Thank you for leading us through the pandemic.
Cavazos!
From textbooks.
Thank you, Dr. Cavazos. Thank you, Dr. Cavazos. Dr. C, we appreciate your hard work and dedication. Woo! From Fitzgerald Elementary. Thank you, Dr. C.
Thank you, Dr. Cavazos, for your leadership and everything you've done for us. We appreciate you.
Here at Food Service, we thank you for your leadership. Woo! Thank you for your support from finance.
Thank you, Dr. Cavazos, for your support and leadership during the pandemic. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Go Hikes.
From Morton Elementary.
Thank you, Dr. Cavazos.
Thank you, Dr. C, for your leadership and your dedication in the pandemic.
We appreciate you, Dr. C. Thank you, Dr. Cavazos.
From the HR department, thank you for your leadership.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From Seguin Nation.
Thank you, Dr. Cavazos, for your leadership. Woo!
Thank you from Sam Pam.
Dr. Cavazos, thank you for your leadership in such a difficult time. We wouldn't have been able to do this without your leadership.
Thank you for leading us down the right path.
Thank you once again, Dr. Cavazos. We are so grateful.
All right, everyone. It's been a great day here at AT&T Stadium as we get ready for a new school year. And before we go, I want to thank a few folks who made today special. Thank you to the Gene and Jerry Jones Foundation and the Dallas Cowboys for donating this beautiful stadium for our event today. We're hopeful we can come back soon and in person bring back all 8,500 employees from the district. Thank you to these fantastic donors from North Arlington, Nothing But Cake, Cooper Street Bakery, and H.E. Cannon Florist. A huge shout out to the Ignite 2021 committee members from Adam Elementary, Terry Miller, from Crouch Elementary, Leanne Jerome, from Webb Elementary and the Webb Wallaby, Candace Keller, from Blanton Elementary, Demarius Gloria, Jonathan Gaffney from the Pace Department, from the Fine Art Department, Dr. Christopher Anderson, and the one and only Micah Green, from Ellis Elementary, our own writer and rapper, Antonio Young, and from Seguin High School, DJ Ray Borden. A big thank you to the marketing communication team, Anthony Andro, Ryan Pierce, Spence, Mackenzie Stokes, Becky Volk, Dorcas Arroyo, Suzanne Turner, Kendra Davis, and Princess Rockwall, and our fearless leader, Anita Foster. A very special thank you to all of today's performers, volunteers, and our wonderful keynote speaker, Chad Porter. Until we meet again, I've been your host, Reny Lizardo from Bowie High School, wishing you all a happy and healthy new school year.